Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free.
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up, shoved it up. It got shoved, right?
What's up, Spartans fans? Welcome to episode 75 of the Spartan Savants podcast. Here we are again after another loss. This one, of course, coming to the hands of the school down the road. Travis, the first side of the Dallas duo. How you doing today?
You know, like I said before getting on the air, I'm kind of tired, but you know, we got some stuff to talk about, and it's important. So,
and the trusted cohort, the second half of the Dallas duo, Nicholas Homburg. How we doing, pal?
You know, just living life, living large and in charge.
Hell yeah, someone's got to do it.
Disappointed in the Spartans. I've just been looking at old videos of Jonathan Smith and critiquing everything about him.
It's so much easier now to see the weaknesses that we were blind to when we first hired him.
Yeah. Or everything that we said wasn't going to be a big deal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Lots to get into here. Obviously, we'll react to the Michigan game, unfortunately. Talk some more about Jonathan Smith. I want to talk a little bit about the potential next coach in terms of what we're looking for. We do have another game, unfortunately, against Minnesota that we'll discuss, and then we'll have Savants of the Week and picks. But let's just jump right into the Michigan game. Obviously not good, 31-20 at home. Travis, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts, takeaways? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest takeaway was the defense actually showed up for about 3 quarters, pretty close to that, and kept us in the game for the first half and a little bit of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And then the offense had absolutely nothing. From the start, it struggled to keep drives going, turnovers. I mean, it put Child's fumble put the defense in a terrible position to start the game. You're playing from behind from there. But I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of other than those defensive improvements and Joe Rossi running around on the sidelines screaming at people, it was pretty much the script, and it seemed like nobody really cared.
Yeah, that was my biggest takeaway is like the lack of intensity, and like that was the sloppiest game I've ever seen Childs play, and it was probably the biggest game of his career, and he was just a fat nothing from the first drive when he fumbled till the end. He gave us almost nothing.
We probably have the most calls for him to get benched right now.
Yeah,
there's been the entire time he's been here, and that little smirk that was caught on camera at the end of the game did not help whatsoever.
Yeah, it was from the beginning to end really just really bad. Nikki, what about you?
My big takeaway is that this team is just hopeless. Like, I don't even think the players are that bad. I just think it's just not working. Like, there might be some talent deficiency. There's some coach. Like, there's just this team. This is so mean. This team does nothing right. Like,
they do nothing right. I kept saying that.
Yeah. I think I saw you text that 500 times. Yeah. It's like we do one cool thing, and then it's like, oh no, please get the ball back. Just like, boom. If the offense is playing well, the defense just score. If the defense can make a stop, the offense, how do I throw a ball? Oh, yes, you can have the ball back. It's just like, no matter what happens, this team just cannot do it right. Like this, we get worse every week, and I feel like we've been getting worse every week since like the Michigan game last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't get it. Like, and I tried so long to give Smith the benefit of the doubt with the whole going flat on the emotions thing, but like the reffing, we would have lost regardless. But oh my God,
there were some terrible calls, and I saw him yell at an official once, I think, and that was it. and it wasn't even really yelling.
It was
For the offsides, for him not to react, I mean,
Oh my god!
totally just again, I just feel like your job is on the line. There's no way he doesn't hear people going like, "Oh, how come you're just so stoic on the sidelines all the time?" Like, there's no way you couldn't just be like, "All right, you know what? The one time I'm going to give these people what they want and go nuts." Like, and the missed pass interference calls were absolutely outrageous. Like Nikki said, we would have lost the game no matter what. This team is an outright disaster. But the missed pass interference calls, absolutely insane. I cannot believe that the officials could get away with that. And look, the offsides call also terrible. That fumble, no doubt, changes the game. Like Michigan scored with 2 plays later, and I'm not saying our offense would have gotten the ball back and scored, but that totally just took the wind out of our sails. And our best defensive player got hurt on the next play when he shouldn't have to be on the field.
Yeah, it also led to a Michigan touchdown. So that keeps the ball out of their hands, keeps the ball out of the end zone.
It was the officiating was as bad as Michigan State played. That was also an outright disaster.
That's pretty bad.
Go ahead.
It would have been so nice to be able to blame the refs for a loss.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
we would have done something else.
100%. I mean, Childs never got in rhythm. I mean, as the game went on, he never got in rhythm. That was truly the first Michigan State game that I've watched pissed off from start to finish. Like, I was, from the second he fumbled that ball, I was so angry. Like, I was I didn't even care if they won or lost. I was so pissed. Like, I wish I could put it into words, how, it was I was mad about that fumble until the third quarter when I was like, okay, the game's over. Like, I was just angry about the fumble. And then everything just kept getting worse. And then I was mad at the refs, but I was still mad about the fumble. I can't even put into words how angry. That game was so winnable. It was so winnable. And for us to come out and play that sloppy bullshit game we did was such a slap in the face to the fan base, because this truly was this, like I said it last week a million times, this was this team's Super Bowl. This was all they had left to play for. And they came out and played like it was just some throwaway game. Childs was useless. The running game was useless except for one run. The defense, give it your hats off to them. They held on for as long as they could. And
it was just a talent deficiency.
Yeah. They kept us in that game as long as they could. And shame on the offense for not even bothering to show up. Joe Rossi, tip your cap to him. They showed him on the broadcast more than they showed Jonathan Smith, because he's the only one with a fucking pulse on that sideline.
Yep. Yeah. Also, what's with this? I've noticed this during the game, and it just started once I realized it was agitating me even more. What is with the obsession of this offense in the passing game, running those short slants that are never open? It's the same intermediate route play every time, and it's always a bad throw behind a receiver because he's not open.
How about that throw to Marsh when Marsh ran backwards and we lost the first down? I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that could happen. I thought if you crossed it, you're good.
Great football player, very low IQ play. I'm not saying he has a low football IQ. It was a very low IQ football play.
Yeah.
That was just just a comedy of errors. Literally, yes. I do not. It almost was like, all right, are we going to play for our coach? No, I kind of want him gone. Let's just make sure we do not win this game.
I can't get over one of my biggest gripes with the late Mel Tucker years was that the team had no identity offensively. And I really thought that with Jonathan Smith, there would be an identity. And I gave him a pass for the first year because, hey, we're just figuring this out. But for the offense to be this lack of an identity in year two is so bad. And you know what? A lot of blame on Smith and Lindgren, but Childs has been bad. I'm past the point of holding out hope. If he's our quarterback next year, I'm sure by the time August rolls around, I'll be drinking the Kool-Aid about Childs, being a senior and he's, kind of finally getting it. But he is sloppy. He is not good. He's not sharp. And he hasn't been sharp since Boston College. Mm-hmm. It's the passes are never really where they need to be. But the coaches don't do any favors. They do. you need to get him in rhythm early. Like you saw it. They had a nice screen pass to open the game. Nice play, high percentage throw. They should do that like 3 or 4 times before they start thinking about throwing the ball vertically. And it feels like their passing game is just void of any kind of like organization or like, hey, we're just running this to set up this. Also, where are the tight ends? It's like we don't even have a tight end.
Yeah, they make all this, like they made a big deal about Velling coming in and all the tight ends being recruited. They don't even use them in the passing game. They're open. I mean,
unless
they
Alessio's in.
Yeah, and then
get him the ball.
With another thing with the passing game is anytime they go vertical, it's just straight up like throw the ball out of bounds along the sideline. There's no creativity in how they're getting vertical or anything like that. It's the same play.
Yeah, Childs I was so pumped after that Boston College game, and even after UCLA. He is just the classic 1 step forward, 2 steps back guy. He plays well until there's one mistake, and then it's just okay. Well, he's done for the day.
He starts holding the ball too long sometimes too.
Yeah,
he gets. I don't know what it is. He gets really in his head. It's just. I think he has the opportunity to be great. I just don't think he's going to be here, unfortunately. And one thing too that I think Smith kind of mismanaged his career in a way. This might be talking too much about it, but like he's already young for his age. Like he turned 18 in like after 2 games or so his freshman year. So, and he only has 1 year of eligibility left. He's a junior. He's the age of a sophomore. So the average person his age is probably a redshirt freshman with 3 more years of eligibility.
Right.
Even guys like, I mean, this is obviously a huge example. Like guys like Cam Ward, Jaden Daniels, like these guys take 5 years in college, and some of them don't even play till like. I feel like, Dante Moore, he's in his 3rd year right now, and he's finally playing. Like I feel like he played against such a bad O-line last year, and it's just it's not working. And it's too bad.
It's not. And I apologize to the listeners if that first 6 minutes or so from me comes in pretty loud over the headphones, but I've been worked up about that game. I think it was a completely winnable game. And you'll look at the score and you say 31-20, it really wasn't a winnable game, but the offense had so many chances. The defense forced a lot of punts for this defense. The offense had so many chances to make something happen. And just, I still can't get over the fumble on the first drive. I cannot get over Smith just standing there after that offsides call. And just nothing to the refs with just blatant missed pass interference calls.
The second pass interference, like I try to give the refs a lot of benefit of the doubt. That around like the second pass interference call, that's when I was really starting to get disgusted. The one I think it was like he tackled him right before.
Yeah,
it wasn't even like a bang play.
Hey, he's interfering with the pass.
It wasn't close. Yeah. It became very clear we weren't going to get any calls that night.
Yeah,
we were already playing a uphill battle. We knew we weren't going to get calls, but it became even more clear.
I saw a lot of people wanting them to challenge that Amari Kelly catch right on the sidelines. That was not a catch.
It wasn't a catch. Yeah,
it was not even close to a catch.
Yeah. I don't get why people were still arguing about it after, because I was like, when it happened, like the first replay they showed up, like that ball is out of bounds on the ground out on the sideline. That's not a catch at all.
Yeah, he had it for like a split second.
Yeah,
and like really.
And then he bobbled it and it got knocked out. Yeah,
that's where our fan base is like, okay, like let's all breathe a little bit here. That was not going to get overturned. I just it sucks. I mean, this really blows. It's not like I said if they lose, it wouldn't be a huge deal because I was expecting them to lose. But like when you watched the game, it was so winnable. It was right there. And at the very least, it was like it shouldn't have been, a double-digit loss. It should have been. It should have come down to the last couple possessions. But the offense really, I thought the offensive line run blocking wasn't great, but Childs had time. He had time.
Yeah. They played better. And I think the thing that sucks the most is you think about it, you can make the argument that Mel Tucker's teams win both of these last 2 games against Michigan last year and this year.
Definitely.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I say it often. I miss Mel Tucker. I think about him often. We could have had it all with him.
The one thing that's crazy, like, I mean, I think about Mel Tucker. I talk every single day of my life. Let's make one thing clear. I don't know if I'll like ever think of Jonathan Smith again once he's gone. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna forget about him. I'm gonna think like, oh yeah, like what was it, 4 or 5 years with Mel Tucker? Like, nope.
Yeah.
You'll forget about him until we try to hire some version of a guy named John Smith down the road.
Yeah.
Then you'll be like, we can't go 0 for 3 here. Next guy up.
Yeah. I mean, on the topic of him, I mean, it's another loss. I can't imagine much has changed on your guys' end in terms of what you think is going to happen or what you want to happen in terms of him being our coach moving down the road.
It's a matter of when at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Like all the reports that are out there, all the rumors you see out there. There's a lot of people wondering why he's still employed right now. I mean, I think there's some credence to what Nikki was saying with the fact that we have a bye week after Minnesota, and that the Minnesota game could be a determining factor. Not really a determining factor, but like a determining factor in terms of if it happens during the season or if we wait.
It doesn't sound like there's a lot of urgency to make the move during the season, which in this coaching carousel, I don't know if waiting is your friend. I mean,
it's not.
It's not. I think Michigan State's a good job, but they're not going to be in the running for Lane Kiffin or anyone who's coaching right now. That coaching a team that's going to make a deep run. So if you fire our coach now, you don't have to worry about waiting to interview Lane Kiffin because you're not going to be in that conversation when it's Florida, LSU. Like that's not the tier that we're reaching in here.
It's also not really a Big Ten coach. He's much more of a Southern coach.
Well, yes, exactly. That's all I'm going to say. That's not going to happen. So there's no reason really for me to like. You don't have to like.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to fire mid-season to say, okay, let's get in line because there's a huge, a lot of guys that we're bidding against, but also like I don't think you're not hurting by firing him mid-season either. Like it's better to just cut the cord. Like maybe you could salvage a couple games at the end of the season here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if the buyout's a factor or what, but we'll see. I think Nikki said last week. I said they're looking for a reason to keep, or Nikki said they're looking for a reason to keep him, and I said I think they found it. I don't think that's the case anymore.
They lost that last week.
I do think I feel like they want a reason to keep him, though. I do think you're absolutely right about that, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the case anymore. I think he's done.
I think they would prefer to have a reason to keep him because of where like the position they've been put in, I guess. But he's giving them at best these little tiny moments and nothing that's like a resounding endorsement.
Look, they just don't want to spend the money. They're going to spend it.
Right.
They're complaining about it right now, which is fair. I wouldn't want to spend that much money either. But
they don't want to rip the Band-Aid off entirely.
That's just the way of the world now. If you're rich and you went to a school, you're going to be spending a lot of money on that school for the rest of your life. If you don't like football, that's too bad.
It's another kid. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's going to get fired. I do think there's something to be said from the thought process of roster retention. If he's fired, we'll probably lose a lot of players. Now, the counter argument would say none of these players are that good anyways, but you're really starting from a bad spot for the new coach. I don't follow the recruiting class situation very much, but I can't imagine the 2026 recruiting class is very good right now. So I don't know if that's something that they're considering. Like, are we better off just having Jonathan Smith for one more year, like a make or break next year with, keeping the roster together and continuity purposes? I don't know. But from what I hear and read, though, it sounds like no one's really expecting him to be the coach next year. It sounds like he's lost the locker room too. Like nobody really likes him. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's kind of, I've heard some of that, but I don't know how true that is.
He's fired. Let's check. It's come on.
What they were kind of saying is like he's coaching football and he's like respected as the coach, but like he's not like the guy in terms of getting donors, like getting the donor support and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I read that,
which is a big thing.
They're not even picking up his phone calls. They're not answering the phone for him. Which that's Alan Haller's fault. Honestly, some of it's John Smith's fault for not understanding the politics and the playing field of coaching at a Big Ten school like this. But also it's Alan Haller's fault for alienating the donors. Like you kind of gave him a bad hand right off the bat with that.
Yeah.
So
also with the recruiting and the roster standpoint, we've kind of gotten to a point where we need the culture to be in a better spot than it is. And so like it doesn't really matter if those guys are staying, who you're losing, if these recruits are coming. I mean, if you're getting these big recruiting classes, because if you could have the number one recruiting class, and if you're not going to win, it doesn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we can retain players with the new coach. I don't know why. I have a feeling these guys kind of like each other. My dream scenario is that like we fire Smith after this weekend when we win 2 games. So the team kind of is like, oh, we can play together. Obviously, we're going to lose some guys, and obviously we get a donor or get a coach that donors will back, so we can get better players. But I do think we can hopefully keep a core of just guys who kind of get it. And yeah.
Do you think Smith has been too loyal to like Lindgren? I personally don't think Joe Rossi should be fired. I never thought it's his fault. But like Lindgren, I mean, this hasn't worked at all. Like, I think the team is in obvious need of a shakeup, and I probably would have started with Lindgren. Now I'm thinking they should sit Childs. I think you should let Alessio. At the very least, Alessio should get some serious playing time in this Minnesota game, I think.
Yeah.
But the team is in desperate need of a shakeup.
Yeah. Like I said before, the play calling and the concepts that Lindgren keeps going back to just don't work. Yeah. And it's not creative either. So it's pretty easy to say that he's one of the problems there too. I thought it was a little bit better during like the non-conference play, but once we got into conference play, it was the same issues that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Alessio going in there as the quarterback is probably the quickest fix to try to see something. I don't know how much of a fix that actually is though.
I just like it. He gets the ball out quick.
Oh yeah, I like the way he's playing better, but
right.
I like the way he's playing better. But it's also, limited reps, garbage time, and all that too. So
yeah.
Let him play. Come on, show me something.
Yeah. So with the whole Smith talk, I want to talk a little bit about the next coach in this next segment. This is a ripoff of the Valenti and Rico show. This is not an original. I don't want anyone to think that I'm out here trying to pass this off as original. They did a segment where they put in requirements for the next MSU head coach. So I have 7 questions that your requirements for the next MSU head coach. Because I think we're too far out to play the name game. We may not even know the coach's name, who they're going to hire. Yeah. So, Nikki, I'll start with you. Does the next MSU coach have to have ties to Michigan State?
No.
Travis?
Yeah, I'd say no, but they got to understand what they're getting into.
Okay. What about ties to the Midwest?
I would say yeah. That's something that we overlooked before.
That did not go well this time.
Very much more important than we realized. Yeah.
How about head coach experience?
I would prefer it, but I don't know if it's a must.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, CEO or X's and O's guy?
I mean, for me, that it depends on who he's going to bring in as the coordinator. Like, if you're a CEO guy is kind of what I prefer. But you got to bring in really good coordinators with that if you're going to be that hands off.
Only two options: CEO or X's and O's guy.
Yeah, I'll lean CEO, but
I'm with you. For the record.
I'll go X's and O's. Why not?
Okay.
Hey, somebody's different.
Offensive mind or defensive mind?
I'm defensive. I think that's just how the state rolls. That's what happens when we're successful.
The defensive guys.
I agree. Okay, recruiter or more of a tactician? And I would say tactician is more leaning towards X's and O's strategy type of guy.
Yeah, see, here I want recruiter. But I guess.
Man. Yeah, I'll go recruiter. I don't really know on that one, to be honest with you. But
we've been playing with not a lot of talent, like for the last
long.
And
Agreed.
I think talent can get you far.
Yeah.
Talent can get you to a bowl game.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. All right, last one. Heel or hero? And heel would be like outspoken, villainous, like Mark D'Antonio. I wouldn't say he was the most outspoken, but he knew when to speak, and he knew when to play the bad guy. Or a hero where someone more virtuous, quiet, respectful, doesn't want to step on any toes.
Oh, we need somebody that's going to shake shit up. Absolutely.
Any coach, like every good coach is hated because they win, because they beat you. Like, there's really no such thing as a hero coach until after they die.
Yeah.
Death makes heroes of them all.
Yeah.
We needed the D'Antonio type in here.
Yeah. So, Nikki, ties to Michigan State, no. Ties to the Midwest, yes. Head coach experience, no. X's and O's, defensive-minded, recruiter, heel. Travis, ties to Michigan State, no. Ties to Midwest, yes. Head coach experience, no. CEO, defensive, recruiter, heel. I wish I had a name that would fit those right now, but I think that I'll say this: the coaching search, the flight tracking season for the third time in 5 years will be fun to follow.
Woohoo!
That's the best part about college football. That's what the Savants are really about.
That's what we're all about. I mean, winning games, that's one thing, but coaching searches, that's what
off-season and coaching searches, baby.
Off-season guys.
I love the carousel.
I do too. I get up for the carousel. I really come alive for the carousel.
They go fast. They go bold. Where are we going to go this time? Like sometimes every year, especially lately, because we're bad every year, I kind of look at the coaching carousel. And I'm like, I wish we could just choose a new coach.
Every year. Oh,
we need a coaching carousel graphic.
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, what's one coach that you're just out on?
Brian Kelly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would not want him. I would take Max Cola over him in a heartbeat.
I would I have not watched any of this yet, but I'm kind of out on I don't want to say Kenny Chesney, but whatever the guy's name, Chesney.
Bob Chesney.
Oh.
Yeah.
James Madison.
I just feel like that's us trying to do Signetti 2.0. Like, he went to jail. Yeah. It just feels like a retread who'll go like maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I've also watched 0% of him. So I don't know if he's good.
Yeah. I don't know who I want. Like, there's the obvious, like, look, I would love James Franklin. I would love Urban Meyer. I would love, a lot of names. But, like, that's probably not realistic. This Golish guy from South Florida, people love, went to Ohio State. I like that. Probably time for someone to take a chance on Brian Hartline from Ohio State. I don't know.
I saw something that had him linked to Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I kind of like the DC from Indiana.
Oh, okay.
That's
that.
it's kind of off the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I would take a chance on Boa. I just do it.
Yeah,
If it doesn't
yeah.
work, it doesn't work.
Coach.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'd take him as coach or DC, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I don't
shakes
know.
it
I
shakes
totally
up, brings an
agree.
attitude. It's a huge risky move, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
You
if
know
he's
he has-
stuck for 2 or 3 more years, that's not really going to be that fun.
But
No,
also,
it's true.
also, I think they had it right with when they were. I think it was Vaughn and Rico that were talking about it when they said the first question he gets is, Max, why didn't you play in that Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's not a reason not to hire someone, but I
Yeah.
mean that is the Michigan media is just licking their chops at that. They have that one tucked away for a rainy day.
Yeah.
That might be maybe 5 years from now. Who knows? But one day when he's back on the staff, that thing's getting just. That's a once a year story.
I think we'll never
Yeah.
know. Oh, that's an answer people are never going to get. Anyways, there's so much talk on the coaching front to come.
We'll be able to put some content out there. for
Yeah.
sure.
Back to the field. Minnesota this week. They're coming off a bad loss to Iowa. I mean, they got their asses kicked. I was on the Ski U podcast last night. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I was talking to those guys. They're kind of not feeling great about this one either. I don't know, Trev. What are your thoughts as we go into the 8th game of the year? We're the 8th game. We have ninth game.
Ninth game. We're 3-5. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It's. I mean, under 500 doesn't really matter. It's an interesting one because, like, even after that beating they took from Iowa, their defense is still like top 25 or something. Yeah, top 15. Like they're top 15 overall.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're like 19th in. I don't know. The numbers are bad. They're 19th in something in passing or rushing, and 32nd in something. And basically they're on the top of the page, and we're on the bottom of the page for everything.
Yep.
So it's difficult. Having said that, they're offensively they don't really do much. I mean, they only average 23 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterback. He's got some decent amount of yards, but his passing numbers. I mean, 10 touchdown passes to 6 interceptions. Not a great ratio there.
Mm-hmm.
And then their running game, they've got 3 running backs that get the ball a lot. But Darius Taylor, who's their main guy from Detroit, somehow we let get away and has been an all Big Ten performer at times, is probably performing a little bit under his expected value this year, expected numbers this year. So, I mean, it's an interesting one. I think the fact that they don't score very much kind of helps us. And if they're well,
I'd say
I'm getting to the more of that, but the fact that the defense played so well with Rossi on the sideline, and they've said that we're going to keep Rossi on the sideline, is another big boost there. So hopefully we can see them continue to grow against an offense that's not very good or hasn't been very good.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Minnesota does anything that's going to like blow you away. Although the defense does look pretty stout. They're kind of a team, like they have this great win against Nebraska, and
That's
then
the confusing thing.
Yeah, and they go and get blown out by Iowa. Then you start to think, well, is Nebraska that good? But then it's like, well, Nebraska beat the shit out of us. So I don't know. Nick, where are you at in this one?
They also barely beat Rutgers too. Yeah.
Piggybacking off that, what's our signature win that we can compare to that Nebraska win?
Boston College.
That's a rhetorical question, right?
What 1-7 Boston College?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I've watched 1 second of Minnesota football this year.
No.
I know Drake Lindsey's their QB. I know that because I just Googled that while this was talking. Look, if you watch the Michigan State game this year, we're probably going to have a decent first quarter and a half. might be within 7 points at halftime, and then we're going to lose by double digits. Yeah, that's my deal.
You guys think we'll see Alessio outside of garbage time?
I'm hoping we will.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Yes.
I think he starts.
You think he starts?
Yeah, why not?
Damn.
I think like third drive. I read that they kind of planned on giving him like the third drive of the Indiana game.
Yeah, they kept saying that.
That Childs looked all right in, so they didn't end up playing him.
Yeah. That was when Childs was like 8 of his first 10 or something like that.
Childs is so good when like we can't win the game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I was very surprised to see the spread only at 3.5. Especially since we're on the road. I was kind of expecting like 7.5, 8.5, but
that says a lot about their offense.
Yeah.
It backs up what I was saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tight one.
No.
Probably not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't have too much of a scouting report on Minnesota. I think they're just like they're a tough out, like at times, but then like when they go to Iowa and they get their ass kicked, like they could really go either way.
We also just can't score.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
It's
don't really
win
hard.
Football games, not scoring points.
Really hard to do that to win games.
Yeah.
There's got to have been like 3 or 4 games this year where like we just give the other team 7 to 10 points within like the first 3 minutes, or like I think we've turned over the ball in our first drive like almost like half the games.
Yeah,
I'd believe it. Yeah,
I would believe that too.
I remember Boston College. You being like I didn't see it, and you're like, don't even bother watching. Omari Kelly just fumbled it.
Oh yeah, we fumbled the punt.
Yep.
We fumbled the punt. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yep, that happened. Yeah.
Didn't Nebraska? Didn't we fumble right away? And then Michigan obviously did.
Surprised me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
one more and we got half.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's a way for Michigan State to win, Travis, what do you think that looks like? What are the keys to victory?
I think it's the defense playing like they did last week and actually getting some pressure on there and creating some turnovers without going offsides. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because I think they really made some progress out there, and I think it's it sounds simple, but the offense actually executing and not playing like shit and being at 3rd and 12 constantly.
Yeah,
you got to be way ahead of the chains to if you're wanting to. And I won't even get into, turning red zone possessions into points, because who knows how often we're going to be in the red zone. We don't get there enough.
Yeah, that's what I said on the Ski podcast. I said, you could go a million ways about like Child's got to do this, Child's got to do that. The offense just has to execute. You can't play that sloppy again. And the defense, we need some turnovers. I really think that's what's going to come down to. Nikki, any additional thoughts?
Minimal mistakes. Play complimentary football. No injuries.
Back to the basics, fellas.
Yep.
Speaking of injuries,
fundamental football.
Something we have not really seen since maybe like,
a while.
The first half of the Western game.
Yeah. Have you guys heard any updates on Jordan Hall?
I think he's game time decision, or he's.
Yeah, I thought they said that.
I don't know if it's game time decision, but he's questionable still, but trending like he probably will.
Same with Ramil.
Yeah, and then somebody else was like a week away. I forget who he was talking about. Yeah,
that's great. That's great.
Man, I can't wait for the flight tracking.
That's all I'm here for at this point. Like.
I want to just get in the flight.
Make sure there's shoes on the car.
Fired.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to win a game, but at the same time, like, I really want to expedite this whole third rebuild in 3 years type of thing.
Yeah, I want us to win a game with the interim just for some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can still make a bowl game. They only have to win 3 of the next 4.
That would be awesome, making a bowl game. I still don't.
A bowl game with the interim.
I know that's mean. But I still don't.
Yeah.
That's why we can rattle off 3 in a row.
that's why I kind of want him gone because like I don't want them to somehow win 3 of the next 4 and we make a bowl game. And it's like, oh well, we made a bowl game, so we don't need to fire him.
And then we start 1-5 next year.
Yeah, like the issues are deeper than the result on the field right now. He doesn't connect with the fan base, doesn't connect with the donors. He doesn't.
If you can't get the donors, we're just not going to be good.
Yeah, the culture is just it's gone. Like I hate to say it, but it's like it's like that was the flattest I've ever seen a Michigan State team come out for a Michigan game. Like just I don't know if it was nerves or they put too much pressure on themselves, but like there's no excuse to play that poorly in the biggest game of the year.
I honestly think they're like the big thing was like, all right, guys, do not get into a fight during the game. Like it seems like they were really concerned about that. Like even in Jonathan Smith's like pregame thing, he's like, all right, I keep telling the team, it's you got to use the rivalry. It's 60 minutes between like.
Yeah, it was
like,
cliche. Yeah, a lot of cliches.
Like, okay, why? Like you're really focusing. He just, he keeps going like. I understand why the fans feel this way about Michigan. Like, can't you just say, "Yeah, I feel this way about Michigan"?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what I need out of a next coach. Someone who's just not going to be afraid to be like, "Yeah, fuck these guys."
Yeah, I want to knock Sharon more on his ass.
Yeah,
do it. Like,
the
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm really worried about this week. I think this team has just got the only way for like the season to kind of take a turn for the better was to win that Michigan game. I feel like fans, the team are just disinterested at this point. Like there's no saving this season. And I think you're going to see it on the field, but maybe I'll be wrong. Savant of the week.
Yes. Savant of the week. Chris Fry Jr., the former Michigan State Spartan, had some awesome tweets.
That was a nice chirp. I always hate when the Michigan players that didn't win against Michigan State say stuff. It's like keep your mouth shut, bro.
I say that
first round busts.
I say that, but I also like it when every Michigan State player says that about Michigan. So like that's
when he told Thomas to shut his fat ass.
That was great.
Oh my god, because you're all thinking it. We're all thinking it. I mean,
yeah.
I'm a big guy, so it's not. I'm certainly not going to say it like somebody did. Shut your fat ass up.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah,
it really does.
God, it really does. That's Savant of the Week worthy. All right, time for the picks.
All right.
All right, another lackluster week for the Savants. Travis and I went 6-6. Nikki went 5-7. I'm still hanging on to the lead at 71-60. Nikki at 68-63. Travis, you're fighting back. You're fighting back.
You're within 10. Like you're
still there. Still there.
Not, okay.
It doesn't say irrelevant, Nikki. Relax.
62-69 for Travis. We're starting this week off in Tallahassee, Florida, where the Wake Forest Demon Deacons will be taking on the Florida State Seminoles. I'll be boots on ground for this one, actually. 7:30 at Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida State favored by 9.5.
Ooh. After what Wake Forest did to SMU last week, I'm gonna have to go Wake Forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wake Forest. Florida State. What a disgrace.
No kidding. I'm taking the Seminoles coming off a bye in a get right spot. Purdue at Michigan. Michigan favored at home in the House of Sin by 21.5.
Go Purdue to cover. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Purdue. Like,
yeah.
Michigan looked horrible again. Like they did not look good against.
They didn't look that good. Yeah.
And we're horrible.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what should have been a bigger game, turning out to not be the case. Ohio State, number 1 overall, hosts Penn State Nittany Lions. Ohio State favored here by 20.5.
That's big, but I'm going to take Buckeyes on that one.
It's at Ohio State.
Yes.
I still think Penn State covers.
All right, I'm going with the Buckeyes there. Red Hot Vanderbilt, 9th ranked, travels to Austin to take on the 20th ranked Texas Longhorns, who survived a tight one against the Mississippi State Bulldogs last week. Texas favored here by 2.5.
Texas had to come back from 3 scores down in that one, so Vandy.
Well, we can't have Indiana and Vanderbilt both good, so give me Texas.
I think the magic is going to run out for Vandy. I think they're a very good football team. And I think Texas is struggling, but I think they get this one done at home. I'll go with the Longhorns. Travis, big one for you. The 10th ranked Miami Hurricanes traveled to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to take on the Southern Methodist University Mustangs. Miami favored here by 12.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll take Miami.
I am also going to take Miami.
Yeah, I too am taking Miami. That was a pretty uninspiring effort last week by the Mustangs against Wake Forest. What was it, 13-12?
Yeah.
That's a
block extra point, last second field goal.
Yeah. Another game that's usually a little better. 5th ranked Georgia travels to the Swamp to take on the Florida Gators. Georgia favored by 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia.
Yeah, I too am going to take Georgia. Okay. Texas Tech Red Raiders head to Manhattan, Kansas as 7.5 point favorites to take on the Kansas State Wildcats.
It's a dangerous. I mean, Kansas State's not very good this year, but that's a dangerous place to play. I think Kansas State covers.
I've been taking Texas Tech all year, and I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take Texas Tech as well.
I do think they win. I don't think they cover.
Okay. I'll take Texas Tech. Another team that's coming in hot after a big win over Oklahoma, the Ole Miss Rebels, traveling to Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks. Ole Miss favored here by 12.5.
Yeah, I'll go Ole Miss. Debated the other way, but
South Carolina's gotta win one eventually. Why not?
I think South Carolina put everything they had into that Alabama game, came up just short. I think they're going to be a little dejected here. I'm taking Ole Miss. Stay hot in this one. Cover the spread. Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech traveling to NC State, where they'll be 5.5 point favorites against the Wolfpack.
yeah, I'm riding with the Wreck.
Same.
Same here. The Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech. I like what they're doing with that quarterback. One of the better games of the week here, 18th ranked Oklahoma travels to Knoxville to take on the 14th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee favored here at home by 3.5.
Yeah, I'll take Tennessee.
Same.
Yeah, same here. Not a lot of different picks this week. All right, back to the Big Ten. 23rd ranked classic Big Ten team, USC Trojans, are 6.5 point favorites on the road as they head to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers.
Give me Nebraska.
I'll go USC.
I, too, am going to go with USC. I don't think Nebraska is that good. 17th ranked Cincinnati at 24th ranked Utah. Utah finding themselves back in the top 25. Favorite here in this one by 9.5.
Bearcats.
After watching that since that Nebraska game, I did not realize they haven't lost a game since.
Yeah, they're rolling.
So yeah, I guess I'll go Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think it's too many points, but the fact that we're all saying that makes me a little nervous, but I'll just stick with my gut and go with Cincinnati. Over to the NFL, the purple people eating Minnesota Vikings travel to Ford's Field to take on the Lions coming off their bye week. It sounds like J.J. McCarthy is going to make a start in this one. Yeah, for sure. Lions favored here by 8.5.
Yeah, take Lions.
Does J.J. McCarthy know Dan Campbell's plays?
Oh, he might. Right.
Then I'm gonna if he doesn't, I'm gonna say the Lions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions too. All right, granddaddy of them all this week. The Michigan State Spartans will travel to Minnesota to take on the Golden Gophers. The Golden Gophers favored in this one by a whopping 3.5 in the biggest game of the week. I'll take the over-under is 44.5.
Okay. I'm going to go Gophers 24-14.
I'm gonna go. Jonathan Smith has been the king of the last second covers. So, and it's 3.5. I'm gonna say walk-off touchdown in garbage time. Maybe Leo Hannon throws the ball.
We're going deep here.
And it'll be 2017 Gophers.
All right. Okay, let's see here. He's got to go MSU to cover and the under. Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota. I'm just not picking Michigan State until they give me a reason to. I like the over slightly. I'm going to go 27-20. And Michigan State's down 27-13 with like a minute left, and Alessio throws a touchdown to make it 27-20. So not too far off. Yeah, from Nikki's prediction.
Backdoor covers.
Yeah. I just don't think Michigan State's going to get up for this game. And I think that's going to be an easy, stress-free victory for the Gophers for the most part. That will do it for the 75th episode of the Spartan Savants podcast. Thank you all. Of course, you can always find us wherever you get your podcasts on YouTube, X, and Instagram. I would also urge you to check out the Ski U podcast. I think that's what it's called, Ski U Ma podcast, Ski U podcast, on the College Huddle Network. They're the Minnesota representative. Speaking of the College Huddle Network, we always appreciate them letting us be the Michigan State representative. But yeah, I mean, that really does it. Really disappointing episode to have again. It feels like we keep doing the same one over and over again. But, here we are, 9th game, and we'll see what happens after this one. Hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about next week during the bye, but we'll see. Can't lose during the bye week at least. So we got that going for us.
Theoretically.
If we keep Smith, it's going to feel like we lost.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Good point. Well, we'll see what happens. But for Nikki and Trav, we will see you guys next week. Go green.
Go white.
Go ahead.